Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome into your general monthly reading. This will be for the month of April 2025. So I decided to pre-pull five main oracle energies from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. I mean, I wasn't aiming for five, which is a lot to start with, but we're going to dive deep, I guess. So I do feel the need to mention on top of which, or before we jump into the five cards, we have the flow card as well as happiness at the bottom of the deck, which feel very applicable for you because it feels like there's both expected and unexpected happiness throughout this month where you're going to be really flowing to, okay, the beat of your own drum, and you're really seeing things changing before your very eyes, and you're even feeling different throughout the month in certain ways or at certain points or both. And it just feels like you're flowing with that as well. There's a sense of you remembering that everything isn't within your control, and that's not a bad thing. It's even a beautiful thing. And so noticing and remembering where your control lies very efficiently throughout this month period is helping you greatly in regards to how to strategically hold back, proceed, accomplish, you name it. But yeah, you're happy throughout this month, and it feels like maybe the weather's playing into it for some. Your workload even is playing into it, even if you don't think so. There's a sense of you, for the most part, staying busy, creating things to do, remembering what you still have to do, taking care of business, obligations, responsibilities. And, even this makes you happy. There's a feeling of you needing to, and even wanting to, so naturally doing so, needing to, make the best and enjoy yourself more than ever, as you know this is going to add such great energy to whatever you're connecting to, accomplishing, or applying yourself towards. But I'm being drawn to a plaid shirt that I have in my closet here, and it's both like an off-white and kind of a light sky blue. And so I find that those kind of colors are very on point with this energy. But yeah, it's a great time for us to slide right into the first oracle on the board, the Simplicity card. And so I love that this has that light blue, sky blue kind of energy and coloring, but it feels like this is a time where you're meant to be feeling lighter, even, or light as a feather, right? I almost said lighter than a feather. And it's because I find that your life has been quite 10 of Wands-ish, maybe 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands kind of energy. Maybe not completely or at all times consistently, but it does feel to be an energy that was realistically a part of your recent past, or your past rewinding back a bit further for some, or both. And so the simplicity in this month period feels necessary. It feels comforting. It puts you at ease. There's something about you just comfortably strutting your stuff, but slowly in your own ways, and just at certain points strategically, even if you don't mean to, showing off to the masses is what I'm hearing, showing off to the world or just to other people in your physical reality. But it almost feels like you are wanting to get out and about and experience things, and then at certain points you just don't, or you hold yourself back. And they're asking you, don't overthink it, of course, but why is that? Is it because you don't have the energy you need to heal? It's because you maybe feel it's a better choice to do something else, or to avoid what you're going to, or potentially going to do? Is it more so that you are just holding yourself back? It's up to you to be honest with yourself, and therefore make certain changes, because it feels like whether you realize it or not, whether you want to or not, you're meant to be stepping into a more active lifestyle, more social lifestyle, connecting, experiencing kind of way of going about your day-to-day life, instead of restricting yourself and keeping up with the norm, the expected, the familiar. All right. I'm hearing some of which need to shake it up. All right. But the release card, because it feels like, okay, that might be intertwined with this release that needs to come to be, but you're going to be getting a release at certain points throughout April, whether you think you need it, want it, or not. This is going to come through in moments of, say, dancing, singing to music, a release through goofy, laughter-filled moments with coworkers, friends, acquaintances, you name it. But it does feel like, as well, Okay, you're shining bright like a star throughout this period, and people are noticing this. There's something different about your looks, even your energy, your appearance that really is standing out in the crowd. And I sense that people really will find themselves without meaning to staring at the Aquarian energy, the Aquarian looks. There's a glimmer about you, okay? There's something you've been utilizing that's leaving you in a very chill state of being, and you will be shocked as to how many people find this to be ultra attractive. Even people that aren't typically attracted to, say, your gender or your type, or okay, Aquarians in general. I don't know who that could be, but they're also saying, in a sense, this is a period where you need to let the leaves fall and let things proceed and change as they're meant to. Let it come, let it go is what I'm hearing. But the truth card, because you will find that this is a month as well where you're easily, very much in a simplistic manner, speaking the truth. You may find that Spirit's speaking through you a lot or randomly. You may as well find your intuition, your intuitive hits are very much coming into play. I feel this, people quite quickly trust you. You're also going to find that people want to hear more of what you have to say, whether it's truth speaking, storytelling, whether it's, yeah, your advice even, which I feel is wrapped up with the truth usually. But the power card, because you're feeling more power at this time along your path, and Spirit is asking you, what does this feel like in comparison to recent weeks, days, months, whatever time period ends up being for you? What does this power feel like in comparison to different moments of true empowerment and power otherwise from your past? This is because things are different. This is because of some significant changes, choices that you've made. For a lot of which I find that there's a focus upon, when it comes to other people viewing you, noticing you, watching you, and even the way you look at yourself, especially in the mirror is what I'm getting. There's something about where you've chosen to live, whether it's remaining in that same type of location or area of some sort. It could be more in regards to, like myself, where you chose to move to. Even with levels of doubt, it's changed you for the better. And you're going to be noticing this, and other people will be noticing this very clearly because you're looking good. Your energy is different, and whatnot. But the last of which, because it's nearly 8 minutes of just the oracle, the adventure card, okay, or adventures. There's going to be a push to get out and go on, go on these adventures. I almost feel like there's some Aquarians where you've chosen to do so in the past, regardless of how far back this dates, and you got nervous in the midst of which, or it created certain levels of difficulty and whatnot. And they're saying, we're not living in the past. We're not allowing you to hold yourself back due to the past, or reverse it, allow for the past to hold you back. So it just feels as if they're wanting you to get out and about into Mother Nature, to do your Aquarian things, strut your stuff, show people how good you're looking, how confident you are, how chill you're feeling. And I even feel this will bring you potentially levels of inspiration, creativity, messages from Spirit, some aha moments, maybe even important deja vu moments is what I'm getting, that are going to really maybe even, I want to say put a smile on your face, but will feel good somehow either way. But to pull a few of these cards, the Four of Swords, I almost feel like there's a very protective energy about you, but then there's also certain moments where Spirit is saying this resting energy, this healing energy, this putting this aside to make room for nothing, in a sense, that do nothing kind of energy is so on point for you, because you need to be redeveloping the balance in it all. If you're finding yourself at certain points throughout the month oversleeping, especially in the first 5 days or 6 days of which, as Mercury retrograde wraps up, then this is because you need it. This is because the planets are aligning in this at this time, pushing you to slow down, pushing you to heal, as I find a lot of which things are going to be picking up and getting busier, even more successful throughout it all, and one stemming from the other. But it just feels like you are as well being reminded. Look at the feather imagery here. always communicates to me as a reader, as a spiritually connected soul, that you are protected, that spirit has my back. And so don't be surprised when you see feathers, when spirit's saying, or the number 4 coming through in different increments, because it just feels like spirit's saying that you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. That things are more planned and backed up than you realized, while they're pushing you to envision what you wish to see out of the future more than ever in comparison to the past and now. And so they're saying that it's almost this mesh moving forward of this development, when combining spirit's vision with yours, with your manifestations, your wants, your needs, you know what I mean? To create this beautiful, magical, successful future full of peace and comfort that I feel your past has lacked, at least at certain points, or to an extent. But if you're dealing with any 5 of Wands energy, say at work, at home, out and about, otherwise, they're wanting you to recognize that this holds temporary energy. Now, that could be in that moment specifically, say the energy, the noise factors, the spiritual negativity will pass. It could be more in regards to, okay, somebody will get over it is what I'm getting. But it could be as well in regards to, say, that situation's typically holding that energy, or at least part of which, then they're saying in a larger sense that situation, it holds temporary energy in your life, okay? It's going to leave your life. You'll be leaving it, if you will, when the time is divinely right. But it also feels like, yeah, the Page of Swords, you may feel like a messenger throughout this month, while the messages are flowing in for you quite rapidly. What else do we have? The King of Swords. Oh, yeah, this one paired with the Truth card very interestingly, because it feels like you're going to be feeling more than ever like this experienced, accurate truth teller, while it's almost like spirits at certain points plopping these downloads, these knowledge nuggets into your mind, your awareness, into your bank, if you will. And whether you're meant to use it throughout this month at certain points or one time in particular or not, it will come in handy in the future, because it feels what you're gaining throughout this time period, for the most part, holds ultra significance, purpose. And so it almost feels like you need to remember that everything happens for a reason. That's what this tattoo says. You walk a path where there's literally no coincidences in regards to what you see, experience, what happens, what doesn't happen, what changes, you name it. And that includes what you gain, all right? And in this case, we're talking about knowledge and truth intake. But yeah, the 7 of Wands, no shocker there, because it says that, yeah, just because you go on an adventure and it's all positive doesn't mean you shouldn't be protecting your energy and being maybe a little cautious or strategic. But it does feel like they're saying along your path, you, again, are more protected than ever, while you at certain points need to step up and protect yourself and your energy field and maybe a situation of importance. Don't overdo it with caffeine intake is now what I'm getting. For it may simply be in the midst of this peaceful time period, maybe a time where you randomly are feeling more energetic, especially after Mercury retrograde is wrapped up, than you would expect. And so this is pushing you to remember that, you know, increasing it over that too much or in general is going to be the wrong choice. But people are going to want to gift you. People will want to support you. People will be feeling very connected to you. And look at this. You are going to feel ultra powerful because it's going to be a month where you're gaining justice. Now, this could come through in multiple forms, could be connected to talking about more than one injustice within your life, wrongdoing, if you will, or state of difficulty from the past. But it just feels like you're going to be gaining at least one form of justice, and this is going to feel ultra empowering. It's going to feel satisfying, and it's almost this message coming through of remember moving forward that nobody can touch you in a sense without negative consequences, without justice coming into play. People should choose to work with you or just take a step back. You know what I mean? Because messing with you or getting in the way of this or that you're meant for, that's meant for you, is going to be the wrong choice. And I find that that's at least partially, if not fully, due to your spirituality and being a very special soul. But they're asking you to remember in the midst of this very action-filled, very busy period for you, again, cut out time to rest. Make sure that you are utilizing the beginning stages of this month as Mercury retrograde wraps up to heal a bit more, to get a release, to look at things honestly, and to feel more renewed as we step into what I feel is to be labeled as a new chapter for you after the retrograde is tied up with a bow. Maybe more after the first week of the after shadow period. But either way, it feels like Spirit is saying this is a powerful, very simplistic, busy, hardworking period for you, filled with the potential for adventures and truth at the very least. But this is meant to be as well a time of great happiness. Okay? So those are your messages for April. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Aquarius.